Unpack all the components for your FastCOLOUR large format printer. Now, group all the stand's components together. You have the right-hand side components and the left-hand side components. Then you have the wheels and the screws. Now, take the right stand leg and fit it to the base. It takes 4 screws, 2 on each side. Hand tighten it first and then secure it tightly. Once done, flip it upside down and secure the screws on the inside. And then turn it upside down again and make sure all is completely tight. Great! Now do the same for the left-hand side. Next, with some help, get the cross-section panel in line with the 2 stand legs. Make sure the model number faces the front, so it's inverted from the back view. Hand tighten all the screws, 2 on each side and 4 at the back. Always hand tighten it first and only secure tightly when all the screws are in, so you have a little play whilst assembling. And now pop the base plates on each side. You need 6 screws per side. Good. Now at this stage you can turn the unit upside down and install the wheels. The 2 locking wheels must be at the front, which you can confirm by looking at the model number. They take 4 screws each. And the back wheels do not lock. Once done, you can turn the unit the right side up again. Make sure you lock the wheels and then carefully bring the printer and place it onto the stand. Make sure the 2 shipping safety bars are past the base plates on each end. Now align the base plate slots to the printer's screw holes on each side. And tighten the printer to the stand with 4 screws on each side. It'll take a little juggling around at first, but it will fit perfectly. And then make sure you tighten them securely. And now you are clear to take the shipping bars off. Next, we are going to install all the take-up roller arms. Starting with the front of the machine, attach the take-up arms to the middle of the stand as you see here, with 4 screws on each side. Solid side facing inwards. Now for the back of the machine. The take-up arms fit snugly onto the bottom of the stand, and it takes 2 screws on the bottom base and 2 on the stand leg, and the same goes for the left-hand side. And now we are going to fit the take-up bars and their motor and guide units. Unwind the screws and then slip the bar through the one side. Then through the take-up motor, and then through the take-up guide, and then through the other side arm. Do the same thing with the second bar. Lock the bars in place with the wing nut screws and pop the covers on. And there we go, the back take-up system is in place. Now we repeat the same thing for the front of the machine. Okay, looking good. Next we are going to install the fan unit. The fan unit arms take 4 screws per side. The solid side faces outward, so it fits snug against the stand. Now with 2 wing nut screws in hand per side, fit the fan unit onto the front and lightly tighten the wing nuts that fit through the slots of the arms and into the fan unit on each end. Once all 4 wing nut screws are in, you can tilt the unit straight up and tighten. Next is the ink system. Secure the waste bottle to the right hand side stand. As you see here, it takes 2 screws. And now, let's install the ink tanks. Unscrew the 2 wing nuts on the top of the printer. Then slide the ink tank unit into place with the slots aligned to the wing nut screw holes, and then tighten the wing nuts again. There we go, the ink tank unit is installed. At this stage we can plug the take-up motor into the electrical socket under the printer. And plug the fan unit in as well. It's neater if you feed it through the available slots in the top of the stand. We can also plug the ink tank unit in. and then put the main power cable in at the back of the printer. This completes the first phase of the installation, and you could at this stage call a technician for further assistance. However, let's continue with the installation to get the printer demo ready, shall we? Now, on the cartridges, screw the nipples up to where the base is flush with the holding bracket. Do this for all the cartridges. Now we need to insert the uptake nipples into the cartridges. Yellow and black get 1 each, while cyan and magenta get 2 each. And at this point, we can connect the color-coded tubes to the cartridges. Because cyan and magenta have 2 tubes each, the green tube is cyan's second tube, and the purple tube is magenta's second tube. Make sure they fit on tightly. And once it's done, feed the extruding tube length back into the unit to make things neat and tidy. So now we must connect the ink tanks to the cartridges. Just follow the color order and use the outermost nipple on each cartridge. You can cut the tubes shorter to keep things tidy, but make sure to leave a fair amount of slack. Okay, now for the print head. Start by removing the print head protection bracket. And then push the head out so you have space to work. Remove the print head cover. There are 2 screws on either side. And now remove the 4 screws at the base of the unit. Next, gently take the print head out of its box. Place the 4 screws into each corner and then screw the print head onto the base. Now place a damper into the first slot and measure the tube lengths. Cut the tubes to fit, and then fit a damper to each tube. At this stage, we need to switch the machine on. The head will automatically move to the docking station. Now the menu will be in Chinese, and to switch to English, press OK, move the arrow up 1, OK, move the arrow down 1, OK. There we go, it's in English. So now we'll switch the ink tank unit on, and the alarm and all the lights are on because there is no ink. So go ahead and fill the tanks with ink. Fill them slowly until the light for each color turns off. Now, because we are not using varnish, we need to switch the unit off. Remove the cover and unplug the varnish from the circuit. And then replace the cover. Switch the unit back on, and there you go. No warning lights, no alarm. All is good. So now, take the head to the middle again. Switch the machine off. Insert all of the dampers to pop their seals for now, and then remove them again. Get the syringe ready, and before we go on, make sure that all the ink tube blockers are unblocked at the back of the machine. And now we are going to pull the ink into the dampers. The final color order is black, yellow, cyan, magenta, cyan 2 and magenta 2, so just remember that. Okay, so insert the syringe into the damper and pull. The first pull is sucking air. So blow it out and pull again until the ink starts coming through. Then plug the damper into its corresponding slot. Pour the waste in the syringe into an empty bottle of sorts and repeat the process with all the dampers. With that done, we can now remove the top cover. Now, remove the tape from the printed cables and get them ready to be plugged in. Gently remove the cable connector from the circuit board and plug the cables into it. It is clearly marked right and left. Be sure to line the slots up and push the cables into the connector, left to left and right to right. And then replace the connector onto the circuit board. Remove this bracket for now and pull the cables behind it for neatness, then tighten the bracket again. Take the waste ink tubes and place them into the waste ink bottle on the side of the machine. Okay, great. Now switch the machine on again and let's run a nozzle test. Next, we need to adjust the cap height. And now we're ready to pull the ink through the pump into the head. So we need to do the inking. When a steady flow of ink starts coming through the waste tubes, you know the ink is flowing through the entire system. So now we can do a nozzle clean. And then run a nozzle test. Not too bad, but let's do another nozzle clean and test. Okay, now that looks good. Happy with that. So at this stage, you can neaten up all the cables and replace all the covers. With that done, all that is needed is a head height test. Place 2 5-Rand coins under the head as a perfect height test. If you need to adjust, loosen the screws on either side. Adjust and tighten again. Now let's set the heater up. From Setup menu, go to Heat Setup. And set the front heat to 7. And the behind heat to 8, and then exit. Then, from Setup menu, go to Auxiliary Function, Heat Mode, and select Always. Okay, now let's load some fresh vinyl onto the machine and do the alignment. You will find the software for the alignment on cncu.co.za. Go to Printers, FastCOLOUR, Alignment Tool. Scroll down till you find 1+2 printhead, no white, single layer carriage board. Download and install. Click Connect and the software will connect to the printer. Now click on the heady Align and it will print an alignment test. We are looking for the lines that are the straightest possible. The best value that aligns here is +3. So we go back into the alignment tool and add 3 to get the new correct value. Press Save and click Heady Align for a new print. Now the best value is 0. So the alignment is complete. For step alignment, we need to change the modulus value to 16,000 and save. Then click Step Align and it prints a test. Take the print off the machine and place it flat on the floor. Now measure the longest middle line. And we get 407. So in distance, we put 407 and calculate. Save. Now for fine tuning, press Tune. It prints a test, and as you can see here, the best place the lines are tuned into one solid is at 0. So we are spot on and we are completely done. So let's run a color print test. And that looks really great, so we are done. I hope you enjoyed this video and don't hesitate to call for technical assistance should you need to.